A lot of us are facing anxiety, depression, frustration. I was in anxiety for over 35 years. And I think a lot of people who know me have no idea. External positivity does not mean that a person is happy from within. And this is exactly what was happening to me. Like, I had nobody to share it with. At the end of every day, when I'd go back home from work, I'd be so frustrated, I'd be so fatigued, I'd be so fed up. But externally, if somebody spoke to me, I was that highly positive person. So you do not have to be a victim of your circumstances. But no, I want you to understand that when you shift your attitude, your thoughts, feelings, and actions, everything externally is also going to start changing for you. Now, when you learn how to connect with yourself from within, you will start drawing the things to you that you desire with ease, because that is your original nature. A lot of us are facing anxiety, depression, frustration, anger on a day-to-day basis. And this was exactly me a couple of years ago. I was a very positive person externally, but as I was going about my day-to-day activities, I was in anxiety for over 35 years. And I think a lot of people who know me have no idea that I was undergoing anxiety at that time. Why am I talking about this? Because external positivity does not mean that a person is happy from within, and that is actually leading to outcomes in their life. And this is exactly what was happening to me. So for over 35 years in my life, I suffered from anxiety, and I had nobody to about it. Like, I had nobody to share it with. And I thought that this is normal, because I thought everybody must be going through this. It's okay because this is how life happens, right? I was that kind of a person. At the end of every day, when I'd go back home from work, I'd be so frustrated, I'd be so fatigued, I'd be so fed up. But externally, if somebody spoke to me, I was that highly positive person. So nobody really knew what I was going through within. And I'm talking about this because this might be you, and you have no idea that the frustrations that you're undergoing, number one, have a solution. Number two, to some extent, they are determining the outcomes in your life. Because whatever it is that you're processing within your energy field is exactly recreating the same circumstances for you. And I could only break the cycle after I came across two of my mentors. So the first mentor that I met was in 2021, called Mr. Proctor, as a lot of you may know. And he's the one who told me that, Shalini, being positive does not mean that you have a good attitude. So for many years, I thought I always had a good attitude, but no. And here's the interesting thing, that whenever somebody would approach me with a new idea, they would suggest something to me. Externally, I would be like, hey, yes, great, I'll do it, I'll implement XYZ. And this was especially when I was in the corporate world, right? Because there are always new projects happening. But internally, I would, I would be so annoyed, I would be so irritable, I'd be so frustrated, right? And I'm sure a lot of you are experiencing this in your life currently. So the question is, how did I do away with this? And how did I shift my internal state? So my first set of learnings came through my mentor, Bob Proctor, through the mindset work that he teaches. And I underwent his mentorship, and the first thing that he taught me was that, Shalini, you actually don't have a good attitude. You think you do, but you actually don't, because positive thinking does not equate to attitude. So he explained to me what attitude actually means. So he told me that attitude is a composite of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. So how you're thinking about a situation leads to how you feel about it, and then how you act towards it. And this changed the entire trajectory of my life, because I was having a lot of challenges with my personal relationships, in my family. And once I shifted my attitude by shifting my thoughts, feelings, and actions through the mentorship that I took up with him, everything at home shifted. So that was my first transformation that happened prior to me even becoming a consultant with him, right? So this is what I'm trying to tell you, that you do not have to be a victim of your circumstances. Most of us walk around feeling like, but this happened to me, life is not fair, things are difficult, things are happening to you, right? That's what you think. But no, I want you to understand that when you shift your attitude, your thoughts, feelings, and actions, everything externally is also going to start changing for you. Now, another thing that I really learned at a deeper level from him was that the one thing that you need to stop doing in your life is stop comparing yourself to people. Now, all of us have goals, right? We all want to achieve something in life. But what do we keep doing? We keep looking at our environment and saying that he or she is doing that. Why am I not there? And how do you feel? Sometimes you feel jealous, you feel envious, you feel resentful. And what do you think those energies are doing to you? They're blocking your energy field and they're preventing things from actually working for you. All right. So I want you to understand that you've got to stop comparing yourself to people, because the truth is that you already are whole, full, and complete within yourself. And goals are not meant to be achieved, but they're actually meant for your growth. Now, we are given goals so that we can grow on that path. And when Mr. Bob Proctor said that, I actually didn't understand that initially, because I was like, but what do you mean? Because, of course, I want to keep achieving XYZ, right? I have so many goals that I want to achieve. But as I went on my goal achievement path, as I progressed on that path, I started growing as a spirit, as an individual. And that's when I realized what he actually meant. Because what happens when we achieve something that we've always wanted? We're excited about it temporarily, and then we forget about it. And that's exactly how the mind works, right? We forget about what, there's a car, let's say you've always wanted. And when you get it, you drive around, you drive it, you'll drive it for many years, obviously, but you're excited about it, let's say for the first 2 months, the first 6 months. After that, it just becomes another thing in your garage or in your asset kit, right? So that's how the mind works. So the idea behind setting goals is not to compare yourself with other people or to, drive yourself crazy behind achieving it. It's more about the growth. And when I learned that, I started to actually detach from the idea that I must have certain things, right? Because I started focusing more on my growth, and whatever it is that I wanted actually started coming to me more easily. So my life started actually become easier. And that's another thing that I want to talk about, that what actually brings the goals that you desire to achieve to you. It's your identity. Your identity sits in your energetic field. And this is exactly what helps you align with whatever it is that you want to achieve. So you are here and you want to achieve XYZ. When you align your identity, it will come to you with ease. And then I met my spiritual master at the end of 2022. And that was a very, very drastic transformation. And this is where a large part of my anxiety actually left me after a good, I think, almost 39 years. I think it was 39 years. So, I started learning about breathwork and who we actually are. So, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So, I want you to know that when you understand the power that lies within you, the power that you hold to create your own reality as a spirit, the truth is that your original nature as a spirit is abundance, it is love, it is joy, and it is bliss. Now, when you learn how to connect with yourself from within, you will start drawing the things to you that you desire with ease, because that is your original nature. So, a large part of our role on this earth is to let go. Let go of what? Let go of the patterns that are holding us back from achieving whatever it is that we want. So, I want you to understand that you are already whole, full, and complete in the way that you already exist. Love is the essence of who you are. And that's another thing, that really impacted me in my life. I was there out looking for a loving relationship until I learned from my spiritual master that, oh my God, love is the actual essence of who I am. I am love. So it comes from within me. When I start to realize that, when I connect with that, then I can connect with everybody else with love, whoever is outside of me. So I don't need that one person. Yes, I am open to it. Obviously, I'm open to that idea, but I'm not waiting for that one person to come and complete me with that love, because love is my original nature. I'm already whole, full, and complete within myself. And this is exactly what the universe will start responding to, right? When you know that you already have everything that you desire, right? You're already whole, full, and complete. Then you start matching the vibration, the frequency of whatever it is that you desire. Because this is all about wanting. It's not about needing whatever it is that you're looking for, right? When you are in the need state, it actually goes away from you. It's good to want things because you are meant for expansion and fuller expression. And I want you to know that creation is complete. Whatever it is that you want is already in existence. You just have to match the frequency. And the idea behind this is to remember that you are whole, full and complete. So whatever it is that you desire is already here. And when you connect with yourself, you become one with yourself. Whatever it is that you desire comes to you with ease. So if this video resonated with you, please share it with your network and do get in touch with us. Click on the link to get in touch with us so that we can help you become one with yourself so that you can achieve your goals with ease.